For some, childhood doesn't end with a sudden event or a loud declaration. It slips away quietly. They step out of it day by day until they realize they're the ones holding everything together. Psychologists identified this specific moment when a child first learns to manage the emotions of adults and fix complex problems as parentification. They take on these heavy roles not because they possess a unique, innate readiness for them, but because the adults in their environment are simply incapable or unavailable. Without that essential adult structure, the child adapts to become the solver in silence, maintaining a composed center while navigating a chaotic household. This early, forced assumption of responsibility dictates a new set of rules for development. The child learns early on that surviving in this environment means their personal needs must always come last. On the surface, society rewards this behavior. People see an individual who is remarkably dependable, mature, and always capable of handling a crisis. But beneath that praise lies a psychological split, two different versions operating at the exact same time. The dominant persona is wise beyond its years, managing external expectations to keep the peace. Tucked away is a younger part, still waiting to feel safe. Because a reliable safety net never existed during those formative years, the brain permanently stops looking for one. What looks like maturity to an outside observer actually functions as a deeply ingrained psychological defense. It keeps people at a distance, ensuring the individual remains entirely alone with their burdens. Over time, this isolation develops into a highly customized internal framework known as survival independence. Within this framework, the very act of asking someone else for help feels entirely unnatural. Relying on others isn't processed as a source of relief. To the parentified brain, handing over control is an inherent, immediate risk. This chart shows exactly how this customized operating system processes rest. For this nervous system, a peaceful moment is usually followed by a sudden problem. The brain learns periods of calm are not safety. They are simply precursors to the next crisis. As a result, the individual lives in a chronic state of tension. They stay perpetually alert, scanning their environment, ready to fix the next issue before it escalates. Survival independence forces the human body to function like a permanent guard tower. In this state, true physical and psychological rest becomes an impossibility. In healthy emotional relationships, connection is built on a foundation of reciprocal care and shared vulnerability, where both people can safely lean on each other. The parentified child actually possesses a remarkable tool for this. They develop razor-sharp abilities to instantly read the emotions in a room and understand another person's pain without a single word being spoken. Yet, they fiercely guard their own emotions. Experience has taught them exactly how much it costs to care for others without protection for themselves. A profound conflict emerges when this heavily guarded individual finally encounters someone offering genuine, healthy support. Instead of experiencing relief, being cared for triggers profound and immediate guilt. This reaction stems from a deeply ingrained belief. To this nervous system, taking up space or having personal needs means actively depriving someone else of time and energy. The emotional connection they require is actively repelled. Their survival system views the simple act of receiving care as a moral failure. Modern clinical psychology does not view this long-standing exhaustion as a personal failure or a flaw in character. The clinical consensus offers a crucial perspective. These behaviors do not mean an individual is broken. They mean the individual is perfectly adapted to navigating a flawed environment. The capacity to handle constant chaos was forged out of absolute necessity. It was a required survival tactic, not a natural inclination. Understanding this adaptation removes the stigma. It validates years of physical and emotional exhaustion as the entirely natural result of carrying an unnatural burden. Moving forward does not mean erasing that history. Healing from parentification does not require an individual to surrender their hard-earned resilience or their deep capacity for empathy. True growth requires deliberately retiring the heavy survival armor that kept them safe, finally making space to let healthy emotional connections in. It is an internal process of granting oneself permission, a conscious decision to stop absorbing the emotional weight of everyone in the room. The ultimate milestone of this recovery is realizing that you are allowed to have needs, to experience rest, and to be cared for without the shadow of guilt. So the question becomes, after carrying so much for so long, are you ready to finally put some of that weight down?